people. Today we're doing a set I'm calling Pretty in Pink. Now this is not a Valentine set per se, but you could use it for one. Starting off with this Makartt pink. And we're going to be putting one coat on all of the nails with this. Next week I will be officially starting Valentine nails. I had a plan, but I'm not totally thrilled with it, so I may change what I was going to do. I'm not sure yet. But if you're sick of the regular traditional Valentine's nails and colors and whatnot, I'm going to be doing a dark Valentine set on my own nails, so you might stay tuned for that. Not next week, but probably the following week that will happen. So at least I have a plan for that. Now I just got to get myself in gear for next week. Okay, I'm putting a second coat on the thumbnail and the middle finger. And that's it for the second coat of the base polish. Now, I don't know why this isn't sped up, but it should have been. I must have missed it when I was doing my edit. Now you can see how agonizingly slow I work. That's why I speed stuff up a lot. Or when I can. Okay, now before we cure this, we're going to go in with this glitter polish on the index finger and the pinky. I did warn you guys I was going to be using a lot of glitter late in here pretty soon. So, okay, now I'm going to put a base coat on the ring finger. Now we're going to cure this whole rack. Okay, now I'm doing a second coat just on the glitter nails. I'm kind of wishing I didn't put the base color under these and left them just on the clear nail. I think that would have looked a little bit softer. But, oh well. It is what it is now. Okay, on the thumb and the middle finger now, we're going to use this Aurora Powder. And we're going to give those a pearlized look. Now, Aurora Powder can go straight over, straight on the polish. You don't need to do a top coat first like you do with chrome. I don't really know what the difference is and why one works and one doesn't, but that's how it is. Okay, I'm going to shove some of it on there, then I'm going to rub it in just like chrome powder, and there you have it. An Aurorified pearlized pink polished nail. Same thing with this one. I like the Aurora Powder because it's super easy to work with. I've never ever had any issues with it. And it does give a really pretty look to the design, or to the color. Okay, we're done with that. Moving on. Now, I forgot to hit record on this, so you have to bear with me. I did a little bit of this before I realized I hadn't hit record. Now, this was the base coat one. Now, the reason I did that was so these little glitters would stick to the base coat, and I'd have a tacky thing to stick them on, but it wasn't quite enough of a tacky layer for them to stick very well. So now I am putting foil glue on here, which we know is extremely sticky. I have cured it, and now I have sped this up to 8 times. This is 8 times the normal speed I would be working at, so they were sticking much better to the foil glue, so that is the way to go for this kind of a thing. Now, I hadn't done any glitter placement in a while, and I know I've done the same design a bunch of times. I need to find something new that I can try. There's a falling block design that's made with these same shape glitters that I haven't tried yet, that I would like to do, so maybe I'll do that at some point soon. Well, maybe not soon, but at some point I will get around to it. I just have to find the picture again. It is saved somewhere in my phone amongst the gazillion other nail pictures that are in there. Pretty much my phone only has nail pictures and cat pictures in it. That's about it. Okay, and once we get these on, now I had problems with the side edge. There wasn't enough of an edge for them to stick very well. So what I ended up having to do is I pulled out my base coat, and in a second, you're not going to see it on this side because I forgot to do the record for that. But I put a little bit of base coat just on the edge and left it wet. I did not cure it, so they are sticking to the wet and they're just loose. See, there's the base going on. I just needed something to get them to stick on there with long enough for me to cure it and then get my top coat over them. Okay, that's been cured. Now I'm going over it with a hefty layer of base coat, and then we'll cure that. And now I'm going over it with a hefty layer of my tempered top coat, and I will do 2 of those, although I'm only showing you 1. Now once that has been cured, I will get my nippers and we're going to clip off all those little pieces that are hanging over the edge. I like to do this after I have top coated because the top coat usually holds everything together and makes it easier to trim off without stuff popping off. I did at some point manage to have one pop off on the bottom corner near the free edge, so I'm going to have to, you'll see me fix that. And there's a couple of places where these don't go all the way to the edge, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it wasn't that big of a gap, so I just left it. I have on occasion cut some of those in half, some of those glitters, and then use the halves to stick in the side parts. I just didn't do it this time because I was being lazy. I decided this would be easier to trim off when it wasn't on the nail stand. So I didn't trim a whole lot off of these side pieces here. I ended up filing them off instead. Okay, I'm using my 150 grit file that has been well used. I don't use it that often anymore, but when I was working with acrylic, I did use it quite a lot. And we're just going to clean these edges off and smooth them out all the way around. I did speed this section up too. Now for these, I'm not going to go side to side that much. I'm going to go from, up and down, or from top down, because I didn't want to take a chance of popping them off. Now that bottom corner down there near the free edge is going to pop off. You'll see it on my desk in a minute here. There it goes. Oh wait, nope, it's not off yet. The other one is still there. Trying to get a grip on these tiny nails so I could do some heavy filing. Difficult. At least they're not shorties. Those are the worst. Okay, now I'm switching to my normal 180 file, and I'm using the 180 side. And we're just going to smooth them out with the final smooth out on there. And this is where that one, there it is on my desk down there now, popped off during that part. Now I'm realizing, wait a minute, why is there a missing piece on there? And there it is on my desk. So what I am going to do is break out the nail glue. I'm just going to put a tiny dot on that corner, and then I'm going to stick this piece back on. And once I get it on there and the glue dries for a couple minutes, excuse me, I will then have another layer top over this. Since nobody's going to be wearing these, I wasn't super concerned about it If somebody was going to wear these and it had popped off, I probably would go over this whole entire thing with some builder gel or something so that it had a more totally encapsulated situation. Alright, I think we're good. Nope, I'm going to poke around at it a little bit more. Okay. Now it's sticking out a little bit. But as good as it's going to get, I think. Alright, moving on. Now I'm going to brush off the two that I put the Aurora powder on, just so there's no loose powder on there. And then we're ready for our stickers. These are 3D stickers. I am sure I got these off Ally. What can I say? It's the Baroque filigree type design that I just basically did on that black set that I did a couple of sets ago. But these are in white, and the other ones I stamped on, whereas these obviously are stickers. Now, I did not get this as close to the edge as I really wanted it, and I did not realize it till after it was on there. And these suckers, once they're on there, they're on there. There's no pulling them back off and moving them. So I didn't want to pull it off because it would have ripped into a bunch of different pieces, and who's got time for that? So I'm going to take this little bit that was with that, and I'm just going to put it down here on this bottom corner of the free edge, because that's kind of where it was with that design. And there we go. Moving on. Now I had the same issue with this one. I did not get this close enough to the side edge either, and I don't know how I managed that, because I thought that I had it lined up nicely, but it wasn't. And I had the same thing. It was going to be too hard to pull it off. It would have ruined it, so I just left it as is. Now, if you can paint these designs without using the stickers, more power to you. I wish I could do that, but I'm not there yet. Someday, hopefully, I will be, but I need way more practice at that, and I just haven't had time to sit and fool around with that. That's that one. That's all we're going to do with it. Ideally, the sticker should have been like flush with the side edge. I guess in a way it might be okay like this, because that way when it gets its top coat, see, this was me deciding I'm going to try to move it, but it's like, nope, it is not coming off. Once it gets the top coat, it will seal that sticker edge pretty well, so at least there's that. Boy, I've got a lot of cat hairs on my gloves there. I didn't even see that while I was working. And we're just going to carry on putting these on on the rest of them. Well, not the rest. There won't be any on the glitter placement nail. Now this one had these little dots on a skinny little line on the bottom. I was able to get one of them on there, but the last one I could not get to stick, so I just left it off. And then this one, I decided to make the design more full at the top with this other little piece that didn't want to cooperate. And I'm out of shot yet again. Oh, that aggravates me. I tried so hard. I get so focused on what I'm doing that I forget to sit up a little and look at my phone so I could see if I'm in the shot or not. You would think by now, though, I would have gotten this down. Alright, this is the last one for stickers. This one I did manage to get close to the side edge like it should be. Now these being the 3D stickers, this part where it's like that full section of white is really thick, so I needed to kind of bend it down and get it on there firmly. And there's where we are so far. Okay, now we're ready for the top coat. I'm going in with my tempered top coat and I'm putting a pretty hefty layer on there. If somebody was gonna wear these nails, I would do two layers of top coat over these stickers. But since they're not, I'm not gonna. These 3D stickers have a tendency to want to peel up around the side and then come off. So I like to give them 2 layers of top coat so we don't have that issue. And especially if you're going to have your hands in water, you don't want the water getting under the edges of the stickers because they'll definitely have them coming off. That I found out the hard way on more than one occasion. Okay, now we're going to cure those. In they go, and the last step, we're going to take this clear iridescent bow. I'm going to use this thick gel, and we're just going to put 1 dot right there near the top. And then we're going to shove the bow on there, and we're going to press it down firmly into the gel to make sure it's in there really well. And once we get it lined up exactly where we want it, I'm going to cure that for 90 seconds. In it goes. And there we are with the finished set. I like them. I think they turned out pretty. If you like them, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it, and it does help me out a lot. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I post a new tutorial every Saturday. And I will have the giveaway stuff really soon. I've got everything together. I just have to finish putting it together. I mean, I've got this stuff together. I got to put it together in a video. Okay? So look for that soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.